Hey guys, welcome to the Prepping Preacher channel. I'm Brother Tim. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope God's truly blessed you. Hey, China has come out and told their people to start stocking up. They're saying that there's another wave coming, but to put some of the basics back. We've been talking about it. I have. A lot of the creators have been talking about this for a long time. Start putting up some food, guys. Put some food insurance up to take care of your families. And the old adage, store what you eat what you store, falls true. But I also added that, know how to prepare what you got. So here's another in the series of how you can use some of the stuff you've stored. So stay tuned. As I said, this is the Prepping Preacher channel. I am Brother Tim, and I'm so glad you're here, and I hope God's truly blessing you. Do me a favor now. If you're first time coming in with us, man, don't hit that subscribe button yet. I want you to know what we stand on. Guys, we're pro-God. That means that Jesus Christ is our Savior, and without Him, I am nothing. All right, so we'll invoke the name of Jesus Christ during these, and we praise Him. We're pro-family, institute that God formed, okay? But with that comes along that we're pro-life. That means we do not support the murdering of innocent babies. We're pro-Second Amendment. Now, a lot of people don't understand what that means. They don't even understand what the Bill of Rights is anymore. But that means that we support the right for American citizens to own firearms. All right. We're also pro-military and pro-police. We support the people that are standing in the gap for us, all our first responders. God bless you, and we pray for you. And we're pro-veterans, of which I'm one. Guys, we support our veterans. Now, if any of those offend you, well, then this isn't a place for you. And just move along. Just move along, because we're not going to have any kind of poison put on this channel. You're coming into our home, and you will respect it. So just move on. But you guys that have stayed with us, man, God bless you. God bless you. And we're cranking up on 20,000 subscribers. Not in my wildest dreams. I'll keep saying that. Y'all truly bless my heart. Words can't describe how I feel about this, and the support that y'all have given me, and not only that, but just the fellowship we've had, man. We've got a great community. Don't ever forget to, we've got the preppingpreacher.com. That's a website we started so we could have a forum. It is under attack right now. Satan's coming after us, man, and hitting us with all kinds of spam and emails and fake registrations, and people are trying to get in there. But we're going to put a hedge around it, and we're guarding it. So, but y'all come on in. It's a good forum. Come on in and talk with people, and put your prayer request up there, guys, because we do pray for you. Also, you can put your prayer request in the comments of this video or any of my videos, okay? And if that's not, if you don't want to put it out and open, well then what you can do is email me. I put my email in the descriptions of these videos. Email me, and I'll pray for you, and we can even talk through our emails there. But let's get to our video. All right. As I said, even China's telling their people to stock up. Wonder why our government's not telling us to do that, but I digress. So they're stocking up. Things could get rough. A lot of people are stocking up now. I'm seeing a lot of what we call zombies, the ones that they were looking for a brain, are starting to stock up. All right, and a lot of people buy the rice and the beans, and we were guilty of just pouring rice and beans into the Mylar in the 5-gallon buckets. When I say guilty, we've learned a better way, and I can show you that. I'll put a link up here. Because once you open that thing up, you're going to have to keep trying to seal it, or the oxygen absorbers are going to be dead. And I'll show you a more economical way. It costs you more on the front end, but you'll keep your stores better. But you got the rice, you got the beans. What do you do with it, man? There's only so many recipes. You can only eat so much chili, okay? And that's what majority of that you see the preppers, they're doing soup and chili, or I'm not gonna say all the preppers, but you'll see recipes. All you're seeing is soup and chili, soup and chili, soup and chili. You might see a casserole or something, but I wanted to give it a little bit different flair. So I've started playing with recipes with our stored food. Now this next one coming up is a Southwest flair, and it's basically a Southwest fried rice, pork, and beans. I know it sounds funny, but man, it's got a lot of energy, and it's got, when I say that, it's got a lot of protein, a lot of carbs in it. It is a stick to your rib meal. So let's make it to the kitchen. I always try to get all my ingredients together. Now this recipe calls for pork. Now I'm going to use about half of this. It's 28 ounce. I'll use about half of it in this recipe, but that's because I'm only cooking for really 2 of us, and this will make 3 to 4 helpings here. But you can add all the pork in it if you'd like. Also, we needed about 10 ounces of the diced tomatoes. Now I like the diced tomatoes with the green chilies. Now we're going to use about 1 cup of dried beans. That gives us about 3 cups cooked. And so that's about half a pound is what we'll use in them. We got to soak our beans overnight. Also, we're going to be using rice. Now we want about 3 cups of rice, so that's only 1 cup of dried. And I'll show you we need to wash it and get it going. All right. Now I'm using chicken bouillon, minced onion, minced garlic. I'm using cumin, chili powder, oregano, and cayenne. And I'll have the recipe down below. So let's go ahead and get our beans soaking. They'll have to soak overnight, and then we can start washing our rice. We're going to use about half a pound of our beans. All right, so we'll get it about right there. Dump them in the bowl. All right, now next step, start washing your beans here. All right, start rinsing them. Get a good rinse on them. All right. Now, drain them, drop them back in there. Now, always sort through because you could have stones, any discolored beans, get rid of them, okay? Anything you see that just doesn't look right, like that right there, just doesn't look right. Now, it may be okay, but it ain't going to hurt you to throw a couple of them out of there. All right, just to make sure if they're discolored. All right, they all should be consistent. You know, you should be consistent. All right, now, top that bad boy off, put some water on it, and I will see you tomorrow night. Our beans have soaked overnight, and you can see they swole up pretty good. So now we're going to put them in a pan, and we're going to bring that to a boil. Once we got it to a boil, we'll cover it up and let it simmer for about an hour and a half. Now, if you don't want to do the dried beans, you can substitute 1 can of pinto beans, just regular pinto beans. You can even put the chili beans in there if you like, okay? And you can put them, and that's equivalent to about the 1.5 cups that we're going to end up with this. And it'll save you a little time. But if you want to cook off your dried, got to soak them overnight, and then you got to cook them down. Now, always before I cook my rice, I try to wash it until it comes clear. Now, this is only a cup of white rice because it's only the wife and I. So we're going to wash it in the sink here. Try to get it as white as we can, or, you know, get that as clear as we can. The water comes back clear. Yeah, ain't gonna hurt you. Get your hands down in it. All right, get that water, get that clear. All right, now that you got your rice washed, I mix I use about 1.5 cups here of water with the chicken bouillon. Okay, I reserve about 1/2 cup is what I try to do. Now I'm going to take that and get that over on the stove and get it to a boil. All right, while everything's working here, I'm going to go ahead and mix up my spices. I like to just go ahead and mix them in a bowl, get them blended. And here's this little neat hack that I've done. You can pick these up, these little containers up at Dollar Tree, and then print these out, you know, little label thing. These we've had for years, but that way I can buy the 1-pounders, okay? And then I can pour in what I need, and that way I've got them right there handy to use. Okay, so first we're going to take a teaspoon of chili powder. All right, there we go. And now we're going to use 2 teaspoons cut oregano. We got, all right, next, I'm going to use a teaspoon of cumin, Camino for my Latinos. All right, and then we're going to use just a small quarter teaspoon of, this is my own cayenne, so it's forever more hot, trust me. All right, so now we got our spices all mixed up in the bowl. We'll mix them up. Make sure that got a good mix, and we'll put them in. I'll show you later here as we're cooking. But I think right now we're going to move over to the stove because the broth is boiling and we can start our rice. Our broth is boiling, so now we're going to put the rice inside there. Drop it in here. We're going to bring it back to a boil after we get our rice. I like to kind of stir it. Now I put, like I said, about 1.5 cups of water to the cup. A lot of people do a 2-to-1, but I like my rice to be a little stiffer. I don't want it to be gummy when I'm doing it in the skillet because it will stick on you, and that's not what I'm looking for. That's not the consistency. So stir that in there. Like I said, let's get it up to another boil, and then we'll cover it. Now that we got it to a boil, we're going to cover it. We're going to reduce our heat to low. We're going to let that simmer about 15-20 minutes. Now I'm going to use minced onions in this, dry stuff. Now you can use fresh onions if you have them, but this is more I'm trying to pull out of the pantry. Now basically what you need is about 1 cup of chopped, or one onion chopped up, and that's equivalent to about 3 tablespoons of minced onion. Now what we want to do is reconstitute it, and also the garlic. Now see, we're going to need in our recipe, we're also calling out for about 1/2 teaspoon of garlic reconstituted, and I always kind of go a little over the board on the garlic, so we'll put just a tad more. We'll be about 1 tablespoon of the minced garlic. So we'll get it up in here. All right, drop a little off of it. There we go. All right, now we want to reconstitute it, or just soak it in water for about 10 or 15 minutes to get it back to where it would be almost like fresh. It isn't fresh, but it works in a pinch. We've reconstituted our onions here and our garlic, as a matter of fact. And so what we need to do, try to get them drained the best you can. Kind of hard to do this when you're on camera. All right, got the onions done. Now the garlic, it's such a little serving of it. I can get most of it poured through here and just let it drain. All right, just let it drain. Just push it in there and let it drain. Now that we've got it reconstituted, we're going to be ready to cook. All right, now we're going to heat up a little bit of olive oil, put it about medium. Drop us a little bit in there, get it on the thing. Because next we're going to do our rehydrated onions, and a little bit more. You can see I measure, but it's probably about 1 tablespoon or 2, right around in there. Don't want to put too much. Don't want it greasy, but that's extra virgin olive oil. I love it. All right, get that heated up. See what we get. Now we got our oil hot. We're going to saute our onions. Now these are the reconstituted minced onions, so it won't take as long. Usually, now if it was fresh onion, I'd do it 2 to 3 minutes. Just get them in that oil, get that. Oh man, yeah, they smell good. But see, you can cook with your pantry. You don't have to have the fresh. I would rather have the fresh, but I'm trying to show you here. Now another thing too is a lot of pantry recipes that I've seen, well, guys, they're soups or stews, and I'm trying to show you just a little different. And this thing's going to be packed with protein and energy is basically what it is. I mean, you're going to have some carbs in there too. But let's cook our onions for about 1.5 minutes here. You can start smelling them there. If it dries out, which it could, add a little bit more oil. There we go. Man, ain't nothing like olive oil and onions, man. Till I add the garlic. All right, now, like I said, it don't take as long to sweat these down like you would with the raw. I'd do 2 or 3 minutes if you've got fresh. Now we got them. Let's put our garlic in. We'll run it for about a minute. Mix it up good. Oh, now we're cooking with gas. Actually electric, but I like to say it. All right. Man, we're getting some flavor going. Turn it down a little bit. Don't want to burn it. Now, once you start smelling that garlic, them onions, man. Now we're going to drop our tomatoes in there. Like I said, this is just a 10-ounce can. And these are the ones that you make rotel with or whatever, but it's got the diced tomatoes and it's got the green chilies in it. So it has a little more Southwest flavor to it. So as you see the color here, are you seeing the color? Yeah. Now we're going to drop our tomatoes in there, juice and all. All right. There we go. Getting it going. Now, I'm also at this time, and this is kind of like a Spanish rice is what you're doing here. Getting the preps for a Spanish rice. But we're going to have pork, and we're going to have pork and beans, okay? Whole new flavor here. Now, once we got that, all the spices I showed you earlier, we're going to go ahead and put them in. Start getting it. Whoo, man, that Camino. Love that smell. Get us a little heat going here. All right, now, run that, I don't know, about 2 or 3 minutes here is what we'll do. And now if it dries out, you can add water to it because we're going to be adding the rice. That's going to be pulling some. But now we've let that cook for about 2 or 3 minutes. It's starting to really smell good. This is when we're going to add our rice first. All right, we'll go ahead and drop our rice in there. There you go. Get them spices moved around on there. Starting to smell good now. All right. Now we're going to add our pork. Like I said, I'm not going to do but about half of this pork here. So I'm going to break that piece off. There we go. Good looking pork. Add us a little broth in there. A little bit of fat. Ain't going to hurt you. All right. Now I know some people said, oh, leave it whole. No, I want to break it up. All right, we're going to get that down in there. Turn the heat up a little bit. Maybe just a little more. There we go. Get that broth. Now that Keystone, again, all the thing in that is pork and salt. And it's cooked in the can. Good stuff. Hard to find right now. Hard to find. But remember, they said there's no shortage. All right, let's get that mixed up. Now we're going to put a lid on it. We're going to let it cook simmer there for about 10 minutes is what we'll do. Put our lid on it. As y'all tell me, put my lid on it. All right, let's simmer. Well, we've been simmering about 10 to 15 minutes, and you can see, oh yeah, look at there. Looky there, man. Now, this is when we add our beans. See, I add my beans at the last because I don't want them to cook down to mush. I ain't looking for refried beans. I want it to add to it. All right. Let's let that cook for about another 5 minutes on low. We'll see what we got here. It's been simmering for about 5 to 10 minutes. I let it go. Like I said, get it cooked here. Now, all we got to do is find us a bowl. Now, it makes about 4 to 5 servings right there. And according to my recipe calculator, you're looking at about 750 calories, but you're also looking at about 35 to 40 grams of protein in that. Man, that's a stick to your ribs meal. Man, you can throw a little hot sauce on there, a little bit of cheese if you want, but there you go. Well, as you can see, man, great meal. I enjoyed it. The wife loves it. It uses stock food that you can put up. And it's not very expensive. Now when I say that, the pork, now to try to find the Keystone pork, I've got quite a bit of that put up. But you're not limited to that. So you could mix in chicken if you would like, or get some of the canned chicken like they sell at China Mart. But you can put, or Kirkland's, or wherever, Costco, when you go get it. You can use other types of meat in here, or you can go totally meatless. The beans, you don't have to have the pintos. You can use black beans, or you could use navy beans if you'd like, or Great Northern. You don't have to use the dried. If you've got canned, use the canned. It saves you an immense amount of time. White rice, or you could use brown rice or jasmine rice, whatever you want to use there. You're not limited to what I've showed you. But this is one recipe that if you do chicken and beef, well, you've got 3 recipes now. All right, so this is a great way to use that stored food, and that's what it's about, guys. Eat what you store what you eat, but know how to prepare it. Guys, knowledge is the second greatest prep. First prep, that's your salvation. That's come to Jesus, okay? That is, after that is knowledge. You've got to learn. You can have all the gear in the world. You can have all the money in the world, but without knowledge, you're not going to make it. So these are great places. There's a lot of great creators out there that are showing you how to do this. Man, take advantage of it now. You might not be able to tomorrow. Guys, I love you. I want the best for you. Don't forget now that we are doing a giveaway. We're doing a giveaway for our 20,000 subscribers. It'll be Friday, November 12th at 7 p.m. on this channel. Now, to be eligible in that giveaway, you've got to watch the video that we put out last week concerning the 10 Christmas gifts. You got to see it. Now, you've got to watch it close because it tells you how to be entered into this. And guys, until I see you again, though, I pray God may richly bless you. You'll continue to stand in that gap. This is the Prepping Preacher, guys. I'm out of here.